Disruptive influences.
The Protectorate have dug themselves in real good. If we approach head-on, we're signing our own death certificates. We need another plan.
Now the Spiraton's ours. We should look for some way to access the lift controls. Call the cavalry down from within.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
Ain't opposed to that, but I reckon our better bet is bringing in some backup. There's a reason folk go on and on about strength in numbers.
Prudence dictates we repel
Happily.
invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
Making a mess of things again.
Community. They sneer at our contentment.
I'll take care of him, Commander. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates
Invasive element!
Refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. It's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Go now.
rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here. I sold them to a protectorate officer who was low on supplies. Said it was imitation grapple meat. He means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
You are the raw material for perfection. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Quiet now.
We've got company, Commander.
Appropriate seal for their assigned work.
Investigating hostile action.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Commander, you're bleeding!
All we have and defend it.
They sneer at our contentment.
Happy to help! Discreetly, let's get you healed. To the rescue, sight unseen.
Reject individualism in all its many forms.
Looks like a fight! Figures. But that component couldn't have gone far. I hope.
This wire may lead us to our scavenger, if they're still around.
Seal for their assigned work. perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, it was all fulfill our duty as protectorate.
Stranded on a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious. Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. Likely I have. Was there a big console that looked like somebody just unceremoniously yanked the innards free? If so, yep, that was me. I might be convinced to part with them for a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. Finally, give it here.
Well, I'm never gonna look at a sprat the same way again.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. Oh, that'd be real sad. But I guess not all of us are cracked out to be galaxy-renowned survival experts. Especially those who don't, survive. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved for, company.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals, coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Crabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Oh, this is... well, it's damn beautiful. I can give him that.
Caduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
Oh, what was in those rations? Oh, not again. Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. No need to report me for mental refreshment. Simply a biological maladjustment. Should pass with time. One hopes. Wait, you're one of those from outside, aren't you? Good show, pretending to be an arbiter. Certainly got my attention. This facility has fallen under the purview of several factions, none of which, I believe, require a facilities supervisor to operate from a lavatory. I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the, Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. Like many others, the latest batch of Crabble rations disagreed with my constitution. I was compelled to find the closest loo, quickly. Sadly, 'twere outside yon secured door. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a protector? Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woundly.
Caduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am EUENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. I am not trapped. I am not a person. There are no additional persons present. I am a composed simulacrum of a human being. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement, to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Well, that ain't good.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan. A charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them. Perusing contents, anatomizing diversiform particulars, concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the Archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the Order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. Inverting targeting protocols. There, any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the Archive are locked, however. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. When active, the Archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of Crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
A job worth doing's worth doing right. Besides, I can't imagine the presiding bishop being best pleased by us irreparably damaging the archive.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Sears Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Yeah.
Grey gone astray? Look a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. In all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system. Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
Disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
No impact or puncture wounds that I can see. Reckon these folk froze to death. Bodies up ahead. Suggest we take a moment before running in and joining them? Feels like I got some hydromeda fluttering around in my stomach, Commander. Not literally. You know what I mean. Willard's clearly got a lot riding on how we do on Praetor. I ain't keen on having so few details for a mission. For anyone who ain't us, I'd say it's a surefire path toward failure. Reckon that's my way of saying I'd like to find out what exactly is in store for us. Sooner rather than later. These folk built a giant computer taking up a whole moon, but without destroying the climate or its fauna. Reckon Auntie could learn a thing or two.
Let me know when you need an instruction.
Ain't much of a defense for a strategic position like this one. Good.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information.
If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
Huh. These ones didn't die of exposure. It was rapid onset this freezing. You think the Protectorate got a weapon that can do this?
Please do leave me in peace. There is nothing you could say that is interesting enough to interrupt my work.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What just happened? I didn't do... Wait! You out there! What did you just... Please, come talk to me. I must know what you did. Please, I need to know how you accessed these machines. What did you press? I thought we'd tried everything. What in the name of the matriarch did you do? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks to no avail, and yet you stroll in here, wave that thing around, and the whole system lights up like a white dwarf? What did you do? You're what? Quite. Well, Master, I am extraordinarily busy, so please allow me to summon the guards to cater to your every whim. What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. It what? Are you sure? That's quite concerning. But I'm intrigued by the mechanical possibilities. Could it activate any additional functionality that could help us? Oh, during the Order's assault, a Protectorate soldier ran to the control room and triggered the chemical fire suppression system, and it literally froze all the combatants in place. I've been working on a procedure to reverse the effects. Sadly, it has proved a hard shell to crack, and so far I've been unsuccessful. For a moment, I believed your efforts to be my first sign of progress. I thought the machines whirring to life meant my efforts were successful. Unfortunately, I was mistaken. Indeed, that's quite the insight. I should return to my work. I'll summon the guards to escort you through the facility. Oh, right. Your incredible ignorance had distracted me. Nevertheless, we should definitely try. I'll monitor the subjects for changes while you try your hand in the lab. Just, please, be careful not to trigger the fire suppression system, or I'll end up like those poor sods.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traders pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits, and with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of solid hoarfrost. And though the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate, it would be a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject cowardice, which now makes my duty clear. I must seek out Sentinel, confess my transgressions, and accept retribution, and I'll do so soon. I just need my spine to re-stiffen a bit first.
Something to be said about falling victim to the weapon you so callously wielded. Good riddance. If we could just blast our way through this place.
Let me handle this.
Triggered up on artistry.
Extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition rig for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Abundance and sponges. Go through them if necessary.
Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Maintaining.
Commander. Hey, easy with the fratricide.
Somebody? Not worthy of respect.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Convenient. Let's head over.
Earn my commission. Every component is vital. Back in my...
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather quickly, I found myself acclimating to the situation and resumed what had been my normal banter with the now gelid autodriver Haas. Given her always frigid demeanor, her disposition is no frostier today than it was before the incident. And, refreshingly, I can now finish my anecdotes without interruption. Frankly, her Hyperborean slumber makes her a better companion now than she ever was thawed. And I relish the thought of continuing our flourishing relationship in this new state.
There, the storage brick is on its way.
Can you imagine what it must have taken to build something like the archive? The engineering alone is unlike anything I've ever seen.
guidance dictates we reject
Welcome back,
individualism
Sentient.
in all the console provides the system of
For all their purported immaculacy, they certainly left
Our illustrious ally. We do predict your handle.
Junior Seer Amaryllis await you inside.
Felicitations on securing the archive. Though such an outcome was all but inevitable, the plan truly is unfailing. Moving forward, I'll function as your liaison for all matters pertaining to the archive, until such time as its control has been transferred in its entirety back to the Order. In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it. Very good. Your expediency in solving this issue continues to be appreciated. Any other updates? Indeed, that system is vital to regulating the temperature of the archive. We risk catastrophic damage to its components if we cannot redistribute the heat generated by the system. Any other updates?
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the Rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Your call, Commander. Either we head to the reactor or punch card processing.
Remember, the console provides, the system abides.
This one looks friendly. Watch yourself. You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? What? Oh, you must be another case of hypothermia. Extreme prolonged exposure to the cold certainly does terrible things to our brain. It's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antes alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play, though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. The paths down here all connect, so no matter which direction you go, eventually you'll find your way back to me. Nevertheless, venture south and you'll reach the thermal transfer station, which regulates archive heat. Go northwest and encounter cold storage, which houses its data cartridges. In the loop between the two lay the lift controls. Though be warned, they are incredibly well protected and have repelled every assault we've thrown at it. What else can I do to help you help us escape this frozen hell? Absolutely. There are several factors that will greatly reduce your odds of survival. First, you will frequently encounter ursopods, which are native to these tunnels. Also, near the thermal transfer station is an infestation of crabbles that are breeding in abundant numbers. And directly south is a band of what had been normal folks, now turned bloodthirsty and feral due to an overindulgence in Auntie's Choice Adrenatime. No, a significant number of Auntie's troopers are trapped down here with us. Though despite odds so outrageous they'd barely be worth calculating, we've actually formed a truce. Though, if I'm being honest, I'd certainly sleep better if I wasn't unceasingly concerned about their perpetual capitalistic calculating. May the universal equation's final tally see us all escaping this frozen prison.
Rough setup, ain't it? But at least they got each other.
Take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with. Take the load off.
You need a house call.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Auntie's Choice field manager is present.
Protectorate engineers. Never stood a chance. This auxiliary pump's seen better days. I reckon we can fix it in 2 ticks with the right tools, though.
Looks like a fight.
Let me handle this.
Never know when you're gonna need the odd toolkit. I'd hang on to that, where are you?
Everything I needed to know about regulation of the Archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. It's such a pity that the Archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the Crabbles need me.
Liquidate them!
And the Darwin Terminal can look after itself.
Commission.
We're gonna need a fuse to activate this. Could find it nearby if we're lucky.
Armed and ready.
Hope it happened quick like.
Schermerhorn, my
But
new
I'm
neighbor,
guessing
is an odd fella. Fancies himself a man of the wilderness. He took the control board for the Spartan lift, so I know he's tech-savvy. Just not survival-savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
is left now is to activate the system.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not